Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to this episode of Study Abroad, and today I'm going to be talking about my orientation. So I just went through a 1-week orientation at my university, Sciences Po here in Paris, France, and yeah, it was a really fun week, really packed full of activities and class and constant socialization, but I really enjoyed it and I wanted to share my experience with you. So yeah, I'm just going to be reading my notes from this little notebook. I just took some notes during the week of some of the stuff we did and what I thought about it. I wanted to film this video in case you are planning on going through orientation at your school, or in case you're debating whether to enroll in the orientation, because I know it is a paid program at Sciences Po, and I think luckily UCLA paid for it, but other universities may not pay for your orientation experience, and I know some people who chose not to pay for it, but then obviously all the people in the program that did choose to pay for it. And I think at the end of this video, you'll know the reasons why I really do recommend going through orientation at your host university, even if it's not mandatory. So yeah, just to tell you a little about my week. So let's see, the first day, it was an 8-day orientation process, which is really a lot and really crazy because it was like the whole day, every day, and you really didn't get a break. I think we got like 1 day off, so it was a lot, and it was something that I was kind of dubious about going into it. I just was worried about spending that much time doing forced activities and not having time to explore the city, but it ended up being good. So yeah, the first day, they provided a breakfast for us at school, and then we got to socialize for like an hour, and then we went into the auditorium to kind of hear a welcome speech from the director of my school. And I showed up really late to the breakfast because I knew that it wasn't a set beginning time, and I ended up meeting 2 girls there that I'm still friends with today, and they're like the closest friends that I met throughout the whole week. And so yeah, I would really recommend any social opportunity that they give you during orientation to go to them, because you don't know who you'll meet, and yeah, you don't know who you'll hit it off with. So yeah, then after we saw the speech, we just did a tour with our orientation leader. We were divided into small groups of like 16 people each, and then you got to hang out with that small group the whole week. And then yeah, they took us on a tour of school, and then that evening we had a wine and cheese night where Sciences Po provided free wine and free cheese and free charcuterie all night. It was really nice and something that my school in the US would never do, especially because the drinking age is 21. So it was like a very European university experience, and yeah, I met people there and we went out after, so that was also a really fun opportunity to meet people. Okay, I think I need to speed this up or else this video is going to be really long, but the second day was a Saturday, so we went to Le Louvre and we got a little private tour of, it was only an hour tour, so it really didn't hit anything substantial, but it was just nice to get to see and walk through the whole Louvre museum. And then we went on a boat ride on the Seine, which I actually didn't go to because I had to meet up with a friend. In that way, orientation was kind of very loosely formatted and you didn't really have to go. So I just kind of decided from then on to go to the events that I thought that I would benefit a lot from. So then on day 3 we had a library tour, which I didn't go to, but then we also had our first day of methodology class, and this was a class that lasted 5 days throughout the week, and it was an hour and a half long, I think, and the professor was different from our orientation leader, and she taught us about how the French school system works. So oral presentations are really heavily weighted in the French school system. Out of all my 5 classes, I think I have at least 1 presentation in all of them, and they also are formatted really differently from presentations that you would do at your university in the US, if you even do presentations. So yeah, she kind of taught us how to format presentations and like deal with answering the question correctly, and it ended up being a really helpful class to go to, although it was very academic and a little too academic for what I was expecting during orientation, so I wasn't really in the school mindset yet. But besides that, I'm glad I went because I learned a lot about how to move forward in my studies throughout the semester. So yeah, besides that, every day for the rest of the week, we also had French speaking time with our orientation leader, and this was really just fun, interactive time to speak in French and learn French slang or little ways of getting around the city that we might not have known before. So yeah, then day 6, we had class at Le Sacré-Cœur. It was a class field trip, the methodology class that I was talking to you about, and then it was so beautiful. I'm really glad I went to that one, and we heard presentations in a cafe in Montmartre, which is the little town where Sacré-Cœur is in. And then we went back to meet up with our group leader, and we had a tour of Le Quartier Latin, the Latin Quarter, which is in the 5th arrondissement. And yeah, it was actually a really great opportunity to kind of discover the little parts of the 5th Quarter that I hadn't discovered yet. Because I live quite near the 5th Quarter, and I'd been before, but not to the same places that she showed us. And then on the last day, we did a walking tour of Le Marais, which is in the 3rd arrondissement, and that one was led by an actual official tour guide, and I was a little bit hesitant about it at first because I'd been to Le Marais 5 times already, and I was like, oh, I probably know everything that she's going to show us, but I was really wrong, and don't know why I thought that at all, because she showed us, she just took us to a lot of places that I would have never discovered in Le Marais, like the Silly Museum and also Les Places de Vosges, which is a little square where a lot of really nice French apartments are, and also where Victor Hugo once had an apartment, so there's a little museum of his prior living space there, and just really awesome places that she showed us in Le Marais, like the Jewish quarter and stuff, so really glad I went to that, and that was the last day of orientation. So yeah, that was a very quick just summary of what happened, but in short, in summary, I'm really glad I went to orientation. Let's see. Yeah, it was just a really great way to meet new people. I think that's probably the primary reason why I'm glad I went to orientation, is because I got to meet all the people that I'm friends with right now during the school year that I've been hanging out with. I all met them during orientation, whether it was during the orientation activities or whether it was during our own little bar excursions that we decided to go on after orientation ended. But regardless, that's how I met all my friends right now today, and I also just got to discover Paris through a new lens that I wouldn't have been able to do on my own, and it's gives me a good footing to start on here at Sciences Po. So yeah, that was my really short, quick, fast orientation summary. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope this encouraged you to enroll in whatever orientation that may be offered at your host university, and I'll see you next time. Bye!